Yo, what up? Is your boy Soulo, and I'll be back again with another episode. And this is gonna be about frequency and vibration and how masculine and feminine is tied to everything, and masculine and feminine is everywhere. And it's actually frequency and vibration, and in religious terms, it's also Adam and Eve. So when we see each other, when we see Earth, we see men and women, we see boys and girls, we see masculine and feminine. And when we see men, they are more masculine. They're more about the mind. They're more about the mental. They're more about squaring out the circle. That's why they look the way they look. And this is how we look. We look like men. You know, women are more about the feminine natures, the vibrations, the emotional, and this is why they look, the way they look, feminine, curvy, all about the motion and things of that nature, and the emotions, the soul. And men are more about the frequency, the mind. And when we look at, how things vibrate in nature, when we get a piece of metal and hit it with another metal, it creates a frequency. It creates a wave within the air that we live in. Air is an element, and air is fluid. And things travel through fluid. Sound travels through fluid. Frequency and vibrations. If we get some type of like equipment like water and we hit it with a piece of metal, you will see the vibrations within the water and different levels of vibrations. And this is how things come into this is how like life forms and spirits get trapped into those types of waters, and it creates an intelligence within that. And we are made out of water too. All of the organisms and things of that nature is made out of water, and things vibrate within water, and based on that vibration is the level of conscious and awareness that's traveling through the water. And this is a spirit creating an intelligence, a mind, a masculine, just an idea. Men are more about the ideas and the concepts, more about the mind. And this is what the spirit is doing. Everything is a spirit inside of a frequency and a vibration, a masculine and a feminine. And the spirit did, it created an intelligence, an idea, and however the idea was, it was just traveling into that space and location, creating this earthly stimuli that we're in right now. And this is just what it is. This is how it looks like. And as spirits, we are creating the natures from within, however that mind it looks like, and it's condensing into physicality. It's condensing, however we went through the astral travel, creating our earthly natures, is how the vibration is playing out. Like I said, frequency travels through air, and this is an example because we could actually see in real life when they test it out in science. So a frequency would be an idea, like a timeline, and when that's happening, when it gains momentum, frequency gains momentum, sound gains momentum, and that's just the truth. You can see it in reality, in science, and it's always gaining momentum. And the more it goes, the harder or the heavier it looks when it's in motion. And this creates density. This creates matter on a spiritual level, and it just creates waves. And this is what the spirit is creating within the water. And we see things deriving and living inside waters like the ocean, certain fishes traveling and shit like that within the waters. It's like how they do it is like all about the mind type shit, like traveling in their spaceship type shit. It's like it's just the mind controls everything. The mind I'm not going to get into that right now, but you know, air is fluid, air is water. It's a lesser dense water version of actual water. But these are elements that we, you know, are creating as spirits. And air is all about the frequency, the mental, you know, we have different types of zodiacs that correlates to the air elemental. That would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And these are like all about the air space, the mind space. And you know how these elemental air zodiacs are always in their thinking and mental air qualities of just logic and shit like that. And water is all about, you know, the emotions, the connections, the fluidity, the imaginations, and things of that nature. So, and this is what the spirit is doing, you know, it's creating a vision, a fire, a spark, an idea of something, a feeling, and that becomes, you know, emotion, vibrations, emotions. And you know, we put logic behind it and how to create it and things of that nature. And you know, earth will be the practicalizing it, and that's how we're condensing into physicality: air, water, you know, fire, water, air, and earth. This is what we're doing as spirits. So I guess that's all I have for this video, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Peace.